This one's about karma checking. See, I live in Canada, and this is actually legal in Canada. You know how this became legal in Canada? It's because I'm the karma master, buddy. I swear to God, like they do this shit for me, and they don't even know it. You know what I mean? Like I'm the reason. Like I'll say this without, with like, you can purely. I totally get your discrimination against me for saying something like this, but I'm the reason Barack Obama got elected. I'm the reason Donald Trump got unelected. You know what I mean? I'm the reason Trudeau got elected. I'm the reason that weed became legal, and I didn't lobby a single freaking sentence for any of this on my computer. I used karma the whole way through. So, like I said, I'm a karma master, and I believe in goody two shoesness, by the way. But some things to karma check that are quite interesting. Like, what is a karma check? Well, apparently there's a bunch of people, there's a bunch of eyes in the sky. There's people recording our minds. They have a giant database. And then the afterlife's recording our minds, and they have a giant database. And then God in heaven's recording our minds, and he has a giant database. And then there's somebody looking out on all of us and ratting on God, ratting on the afterlife, ratting on the farmer who planted us and telling us about all of us, and ratting on all of us. And you can ask any of these authorities in our universe the answer for stuff, to figure out the answer for stuff. And there's certain you're a karmatic organism to begin with. There's certain karmatic things that are in your body that are getting hacked severely now because of me, because I discovered this karma, and the neighbors next door thought, the guys that play with the sticks in our dicks, yeah, they thought it'd be funny to hack our karmatic systems and experiment on us. So, but and you can ask these authorities what the answer is. And what I invented is, if you're watching like your YouTube, like a streak down like this, like they literally cut open our bodies to get that nod. Like I invented that nod with a different karma system, and then our neighbors got so jealous that they stuck some stuff in our body so we look like all, like, have you ever seen the existential machine head, God's machine head? Like that one looks like Glocks, buddy. Like from ancient China, like specially rounded. Like we all have different templates. There's different templates, and a lot of us get racist because of template discrimination, where we don't realize that this person has a different template than us, and we're always discriminating against that one kind of template. But anyway, so like there's a God machine head, by the way, which you can't hack, or they try to hack it, but whatever. And anyway, it wasn't God that I used at first, but it was somebody watching me in my YouTube video, my karma set on YouTube, and what I invented was going straight up and down for yes, and straight across horizontally for no. And what I could do is I could get them to come down and tell me, you know, did 50 Cent get up off his ass and write AO Technology, or be a part of AO Technology about some shit that I did? And you know, I can ask like the afterlife, yes or no, and I can try to get them to tell me. You know what I mean? Afterlife, did they do it? I don't see. I think they kind of came down like this. They didn't use my initial nod. See if that first system wants to. Well, theirs is a bit lighter now, but I'm not sure who I asked at first to invent this line down your video, with this glitch line across the side, with this glitch vertical horizontal line. But you can use a number of different ways to karma check. Like if you ever heard my to you, and you too, to you, you too, you know, two and two, two and two. There are two different twos, right? And then there's two different twos. You know what I mean? So there's, when you say the word two, there's like this karmatic lace to what you're saying, pronunciating the different types of twos that they are. Like I'm going to the store, or I mean, you're coming to, or there's two of us, two of us. See how there's a karmatic lace to each of the twos to mean all the different things that we're saying. Like what we're saying is being defined in this karmatic universe. So there's other ways of checking it out. Like, no, 50 Cent had nothing to do with it. I swear, 50 Cent, nothing to do with anything, honestly. And you could do this to anything. Like Bill Gates, he is not a part of this mafia in any way. You know what I mean? I look like a little 2-year-old lying to you. Exactly. And I don't know if Bill Gates is a part of this mafia. I have no idea. But according to Karma, he is. You see what I'm saying? Another thing to check is 911. See, the thing about 911 is I had a theory about 911. People in Afghanistan, they don't dial 911. They won't want to send a message to North America telling us 911 emergency, invest in a whole bunch of military. You know, it's these people that have got dimensions, and people that have got karma tells, and people that have got the machine head, people that got the policing and want technology and money. You know, a different type of crowd that is interested in a 911 alert for society, right? Like a very more devious type crowd. And check if 911 is real. That's what I say. You can check. I won't check for you. Is 911, was 911 perpetuated by the American military itself? Yes or no? Feels like a yes. If you let things set in, feels like a yes. Exactly. But keep in mind there's an MIB. So this might not be American military. This might be MIB. We have dimensions, and we're playing this 911 game with your dimension. And you guys are a part of our farm crop. And this 911 was us. And we need you to believe this is Afghanistan. You know what I mean? That's the other thing about, did the government do 911? If you do something like, did the government do 911? It's like, yes, because it's MIB that did it. You know what I mean? Exactly. But anyway, 911 is the thing to karma check. The DIY, is there a DIY? Is there an extended healthcare that's not really the afterlife? That's the thing to karma check. See, the thing was, when they were killing me, they chose 50 Cent and those guys over me, right? They're torturing me literally with their machine head to kill myself, right? So like they weren't going to take me in their DIY. They were going to let me go to the afterlife. It's not until I got caught inventing all this stuff and got caught being a genius that they want to keep me now. And now I have to defend myself against their DIY. So that's why I like spreading in anything that they have. Exactly, I like sharing with everybody. You know, I'll give it to like ISIS myself. Here's dimensions. Here's the alien's gun. I learned it's atomic. Like I checked the karma on the alien's dimensional thing, and he's actually using atomic, beyond molecular, but actually atomic. It's karmatically laced as atomic sort of technology. And you see this with the afterlife when like when they do the Transformers from the 80s and stuff, they're showing us other technologies. They're karmatically lacing a technology that exists in the afterlife that we didn't have here. And we used to get that sort of stuff in there. Exactly, and I noticed that. And anyway, it doesn't happen so much anymore, but you can karmatically check that if we used to get technologies in from the afterlife on our cartoons in the 80s and stuff like that. But like I said, there's a way to figure out anything. There's like literally a way to flip a 52 card deck and tell what every card is. You know, I recommend that you use a group because we all have different karmatic talents. Like there's somebody looking out for our karma, making sure that our karma grows and gets better because we are karmatic organisms. In the afterlife, they know about this karma, and they were trying to teach me, but our neighbors kept on interfering. They were trying to show me that this is a face that the murderer gets, and you see like, it's almost like if you took a wire around somebody's like eye frame and like kind of point them in there, like military guys get that same murdering karma face from the afterlife because they murdered somebody, because they killed somebody. Exactly. Murderers get the same thing. Exactly. And they're trying to show me these different faces and stuff, like real cop shit. Like I'm the guy that discovered this other karma that rats on the machine head, right? Like exactly. Like they're using karma that they perpetrate through us. You know, it's their karma that they're using. But now they can use somebody else's karma and discover criminals in their own system. You know what I mean? They can use somebody that rats on God himself and the farmer himself. You know what I mean? And use that to discover criminals and stuff like that. So there's a way of karmatically prove, and like when you get dimensions and stuff, and you see these fluids going in through our bodies and stuff, there's like scientific devices you can use to measure and ascertain things from karma. The karmatic fluids traveling through our bodies in multiple dimensions and stuff. So that's karma checking.